Yo, what's up guys? PKSparkxx here. Welcome to another Pokken tournament video, but this time I am bringing you guys my rank up matches from B4 to B3. Yes, it is going to happen in this video. I am confirming it. However, this video has a pretty funny setup to it. Now, I didn't record all the matches, unfortunately, but in any case, here we go. We had this first matchup versus Chandelure and Pikachu. And before we get in, I want to ask you guys, if you guys enjoy the video, the like button will be your friend, and comments make me a happy PK. So like I was saying, I'm facing the Pikachu and Andrea from Mexico. And this Pikachu is pretty decent, but you're going to see right now that, well, first of all, she knows when to not go, bring the block overheat, and that's why I went for the counter. That's something I'm still working on, but I will be applying that to my gameplay more often than not. But in any case, I'm sorry, not more often than not, but sooner than later, I'm going to be applying counter more so than overheat to break my opponents off of me. But yeah, you see right now that Andrea is just bodying me, blowing me back. And that's the reason being because, as I said in the last video versus Biddy, characters who have a significant amount of speed and movement options really can just throw Chandelure for a loop. And you kept seeing that I kept trying to punish her approaches, but then the overhead homing attacks just kept bodying me every single time. So I have to adjust, but I realized that she was playing pretty static. Like, she wasn't doing anything fancy or anything. She just kept jumping in the air and dropping thunder. And I learned that long ago, how to counter that against Shofu. That was actually one of the first things I learned. The Shofu was the first person I've really grinded against in Pokken. So if there's any matchup I know great, is probably the best one probably being Chandelure versus Pikachu. So with that said, Andrea, she drops this Cresselia and is going for the same cross-ups that she's been doing this entire time. It's overheading, and then I haven't seen a single ground approach from her yet. She's just been overheading and doing some attack like that. So I pretty much handle her, and I just got her with the lower attack. I was trying to confirm into the Hex grab, but no, it didn't quite work out in my favor. So that's a new move I'm utilizing, and it's a great option for me to just move around in field phase. Like I said, guys, Shandy has a lot more options than I have been using. That's one of my favorite combos, a strong X attack into a full beam laser. Bro, we go in. So Andrea is running around the field, and I'm enjoying her in field phase right now. Please stay in field phase. And right here at this moment, I was expecting her to grab, so I went for the jab. She actually went for the attack, but it worked out in my favor still because I was able to push her back. So right here, I used my burst mode activation to push her into the position that I want. And I'm like, I'm going to drop this grab. She activated Hex, Reshiram, and I go in. Yep. She DC'd. I was 1 point away from that going through, and she DC'd on my rank up match. Why? It was a good game. You won. It was a good set. You won the first game. Why DC? See, stuff like that makes me wonder who exactly earned their B+ rank. I've only had 2 DCs on Pokken ranked in my life, and they were both due to Comcast cutting out my internet late at night for doing maintenance. It's the only time I've lost. I've lost things, and that's how I found out that all they do is take out Poke points. So Nintendo, please make a stricter punishment system for DCing a ranked match instead of losing 100,000 in-game currency. That makes no difference. We need punishments. We need punishments, okay? So please, Nintendo, come through, make them wait 15 minutes, have them lose an entire rank, or make them lose 15,000 points for their rankings so they'll drop down overall. Something like that. We need them to be hurt. Losing in-game currency for stuff that you don't even care about. I'm rich. I have over 40 million Poké dollars. I do not need I do not need that. I don't. You gotta do something better. Oh man. So after that set, I played 2 more games, and then I had the bright idea of, hey, why don't I record these matches? I'm sure people would love to see the gameplay at this ranking level, so I figured I'd record it. Now, I got really unlucky for this one. You guys can saw my battle card right there, that I lost my match, and then I won a match. And this one, I got insanely unlucky with. I had to face the most spammiest Gardevoir I have ever faced. And I'm mad at myself because I allowed myself to get overwhelmed by it. Like, because it's already an annoying matchup. And then when I saw what the God of War was doing, I pretty much just gave up. I wasn't playing smart. There's a lot of things when I watched this video back before I commentated it, and I'm just like, I was messing up so bad. I had so many options I could have done, and I didn't opt to use any of them. I mean, granted, I use ranked matches as a way to test certain approaches as well. I don't play as optimally as I could, but you know what? When my rank up was on the line, I should have played a lot more intelligently. This God of War is the worst I've seen. You see that all God of War doing is throwing a fast projectile that I cannot counter due to all of my moves being so much slower, and the options that I do have, the actual melee attacks, so I can't do anything about it. And then God of War gets closer with every single hit, so it's one of those things where it's like I would have to play a certain way so I can work around this God of War. Now, it was definitely possible for me to do so. I recognize what I've done wrong, such as not counter-canceling to approach more, such as not dropping my lasers full range and staying full range. Now, I'm also at a disadvantage due to having to deal with a fast projectile spamming character in a very small environment. Magic Card Festival being one of the smallest stages in this game. But all this God of War is doing is just repeating the same moves over and over again, and I allowed myself to be overwhelmed by it. So I'm mad at myself for this one. This is a situation where if I ever had to deal with it, I mean, I guess shout outs to the God of War for doing, you know, what she can, like doing the thing that God of War does best. But you know what? When I saw all the projectiles that they were spamming, I should have kept Smog out until it got ingrained in their mind, and I conditioned them to knowing that, hey, this is not a safe option for you. Stop doing it, because as long as, say right there, if I would have kept Smog out, like I could have just threw this God of War off so much. Instead, I just got blown back, and I'm mad at myself for it. I actually raged at this loss, because that loss, there was no skill in that one. It's just that I got annoyed with the projectile spam, and you know what? That's what I want to say. Everyone calls Chandelure a projectile spammer. What is it? While Chandelure does throw a lot of projectiles, it has a lot of range. Chandelure is nowhere near as bad as that God of War. That is true projectile spam. But maybe I'm biased because Shandy's my main. Let's move on to this final set. So we're going up against the Charizard. And Charizard is a matchup that, with Charizard being a power character and being so fast with a few of his approaches, it could be hit or miss, make or break for Shandy. He can either control the Charizard or get completely blown back by it due to the damage output that Charizard can do so quickly and how quickly Charizard can approach. Fortunately for me, this Charizard is not one of those B1 Charizards I'm going to have to deal with. Charizard approaches are fairly telegraphed. They're easy to get around. They're either going to approach overhead or they're going to, you know, use Fire Punch to charge in. And depending on the range between you and Charizard, you can kind of dictate, or not dictate, you can kind of predict how they're going to approach. Like right there, he was so far away that Fire Punch wouldn't have done anything, which is why I launched Will-O-Wisp first, just in case he went for it. When Will-O-Wisp was dodged, I went for the anti-air flame burst, and I caught him right out of it. Now, at ranges like this, I didn't do anything. Y'all saw I was just like pacing back and forth, and when I saw him go overhead, I'm like, okay, weak attack up, pretty much hold him back, and we're good. So I ended up getting that anti-air, and like I said, this matchup is a tough one. He wasn't utilizing one of the things that really does make Charizard a difficult thing to approach in field phase, and that's the fact that he can fly like crazy and charge up Ember or whatever that fire attack he is that he's in the air, and it drops on the ground and it's a huge explosion because it's kind of difficult to get around and it comes out fairly quickly. Now, he also wasn't using Fire Punch as much, but again, I have experience about when Fire Punch is going to come out and when he's going to go for an overhead approach. This time, I was trying to predict him to go for the Ember attack, but again, this Charizard wasn't normal, and he just kind of dived in on me and bodied me. You know what's annoying? All the homing attacks in field phase, they can just fly to where Shandy's at. Like, I could be swinging, and they'll still just come to where I'm at. So it's almost a moot point, excuse me, to try and avoid them from an aerial attack if they have a strong overhead approach game. Just pretty much stay where you are. But in any case, this man went for the Rotom Assist, and that was an opportune moment for me, because when you're doing that, you are vulnerable, especially when you're using a Disrupt Assist. But however, unfortunately for him, it does not work in his face. Like, it doesn't give him invincibility frames. I popped the burst attack and it's done. If y'all enjoyed this video, don't forget to demolish the like button for me. Comments make me a happy PK, and make sure your mobile notifications are turned on. I will see you guys for more Pokken tournament ranked up matches and best of 3 sets. Make sure you guys check out the playlist in the description below for more content. I have nothing else to say, so y'all have a good day. Bye.